The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah!
Go Cowboys!
This is Talkin Cowboys. Streaming live from the Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters at the Star in Frisco.
C.D. Lamb, touchdown.
Parsons has sacked it. Prescott keeps it, and he bangs it in for the touchdown.
And now your hosts, Isaiah Stanback, Patrik Walker, Josh Rodriguez, and Kyle Yeomans.
Welcome to Talkin Cowboys on a Say It With Your Chest Friday! Here live from the SWBC Mortgage Studio in the Star in Frisco. I am your host, filling in for Kyle Yeomans, Josh Rodriguez, here with Isaiah Stanback, here with Tommy Yarrish, Patrik No-Here Walker, because he's not freaking here. Why? We don't know. Anyways.
No-Here Walker, come on.
No-Here Walker.
Tommy, I don't know if you know this, but we need Beam to cut the sound from your chest bump, from your gorilla chest. You got to do it for the microphone.
Yeah,
so
you got a clean take. Nice.
Let's go.
There's good
One
depth
might
there.
say he's might be afraid of Tommy Yarrish and the Texas sweatshirt that
I
he
would
wore
be too.
today.
I would be too.
There he is. There he is.
See, you know what? I was telling
There
Josh.
goes Mr. Sling Blade
I
himself.
was telling Josh in the back. I was like, I wore this today because I knew for a fact that Mr. No C would arrive in this attire.
Fridays are always hot for me because this is my morning to help get the kids off to school.
We good.
He was okay, my friend.
We are great.
But now we're here. We're live. We're talking Cowboys. That's the name of the game. That's the name of the show.
I like to talk to them. I like
That's what we're doing here today. And we gotta
you didn't do your say it with the chest.
say it with your chest real quick, Pat. Yeah, let's go.
Solid, baby.
A solid. Good. I don't know. I don't know. We had a relatively good one here.
Coming in hot to deliver news and notes. Patrik,
Facts.
are you ready to go?
I'm ready to go. Okay, so first and foremost, we did have a conversation yesterday after the blockbuster news that 9-time All-Pro, 9-time Pro Bowl right guard Zack Martin is in fact done for the season. He will get ankle surgery, which is scheduled, he says, next week. So that's going to put him down the rest of the season. Of course, that begs the question, is this it for Zack Martin? He said yesterday that this is not the time for those discussions. He said that he wants to first get healthy, and then he'll have those talks with the Cowboys and his family. Obviously, it's going to be a very in-depth conversation because on one note, we all know that Zack Martin is a warrior. He does not want to go out like this. On the other note, your body doesn't care how you want to go out. Your body will tell you when it's time to go. So we'll know in a few months what that looks like for Zack Martin. But it's an emotional week for him because the same week that he gets the news that he has to have surgery to end the season, he gets nominated for the Walter Payton Man of the Year Award, which is an outstanding nomination, very humbling. So he's dealing with a lot of emotions. So shouts out to Zack Martin. Congratulations on the nomination. I hate that he'll be out for the rest of the season. So that's really the headliner.
So how does that impact the offensive line going forward? We haven't seen him in a couple of games now. I want to get y'all's takes on how the backup, how the depth at offensive line steps up in place of Zack Martin.
Hoffman.
Hoffman?
Brock
Hoffman.
Hoffman the brawler.
Ladies and gentlemen,
The brawler.
The beast
Hoffman.
incarnate, Brock Hoffman.
Exactly. Pretty much what he is.
Yeah?
He's the brawler. Yeah, I love his attitude.
Give him an F5 on the
Listen, you have to have a goon on the O-line. And that's not to say that you don't already have goons, but you got to have a brawler. You got to have somebody who is with the McNasty. Okay, you got to have somebody who wants to smoke at all points in time in the game. This is somebody that we identified last year was starting fights, right? He just starts fights everywhere he goes. So in training camp,
He's a bully.
Yeah, I mean,
He's a bully.
I knew
Every other play.
I knew he was about that life when he started a fight with Micah in camp. I said, okay,
Facts.
this is the guy that I like.
Facts.
I like this. He doesn't care about who you are, how much you're getting paid. Like, you're going to get this smoke. As soon as you deal with me, you know what you're going to deal with every single time. I'm here. I'm going to be right here waiting on you. So he brings that energy. Not only does he have that attitude, but he's done a good job in filling in for Martin whenever he's had to leave. Whenever he's had to step out, Hoffman has done a good job of fulfilling that role. And it didn't come unwarranted. It didn't come without competition. TJ Bass was in there as well, and he earned that spot. He earned the right to be the second guy behind Martin.
Absolutely. Tommy, what do you think?
Yeah, you were jokingly saying that he could give an F5. He might actually F5 somebody in the middle of a game, but that's how much intensity he brings to the table. And this is a prime opportunity for him because he's gotten the last 2 games to start, and this will be the first time where he is consistently gotten the reps at right guard. Because eventually, obviously we hope Zack Martin comes back for another year, but eventually that time is going to run out. So the question begs, who's going to be your right guard going forward if you're the Cowboys? Well, this is Brock Hoffman's impromptu job interview, essentially. And the first 2 games, he's done a really good job. Hasn't given up a quarterback, hasn't given up a sack in his last, really actually in his entire career. Every game that he's started, he has not given up a sack on a quarterback. He's played center and he's played right guard. So if that play continues, then you're going to have to take a serious look at putting Hoffman, making him the future right guard of the Dallas Cowboys, which is something that he takes a lot of pride in. When I talked to him yesterday, he said he takes a lot of pride in that because of the example that Zack Martin set. Being the right guard of the Dallas Cowboys is an honor to him because of the precedent that Martin set in that room.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when you talk about the platinum standard at guard, it's in Dallas, it's Larry Allen and Zack Martin, and then it's and company. Okay, everybody else is on a different planet from those guys, and their planets are not nearly as big as those planets. So to say that Brock Hoffman has huge shoes to fill, that's a massive understatement, and he understands it. One thing I just absolutely love about Brock Hoffman is his mental toughness. This is a young man who came into training camp this year. He was the lead at starting at center, but he gets beat out by Cooper Rush, a rookie third-round pick who is transitioning to the role. Most people that probably would have turned a knife for them. Instead, he locks in, continues to keep his head down. He works, just waits for an opportunity to show up, whatever that might be. Future first ballot Hall of Famer goes down. Brock Hoffman beats out TJ Bass, who we all thought was going to be the successor to Zack Martin. Brock Hoffman was like, nah. Yeah. Still here. I want a starting role. Earns that at right guard, and now, like Tommy so eloquently said, this is his job interview over the next 5 games. My belief is if Brock Hoffman can nail this job interview, and you know that you still have a gamer in TJ Bass right there, the Cowboys might be able to escape using a first-round pick in April at right guard. And if they can do that, then that frees them up to really go BPA somewhere else. So, shouts out to Brock Hoffman. Just nailed this interview.
I'd like to throw Nathaniel Newton in that conversation
Big
as well.
Nate, yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure. He knew that early on. Well, if you look at his journey from training camp, I mean, not only did you draft Cooper Beebe to be your center, but when we started off, and it started off pretty convincingly that Brock Hoffman was going to be your center.
He was gapping it.
Everyone was like, oh, wow, like we have to get some a microscope on this guy now. For then Cooper Beebe to usurp Brock Hoffman in that role and take over a center, kind of putting Brock Hoffman on the back burner, but you always knew the fight was there, and obviously he did not give up.
Usurp is a quality word. Also makes me think of Game of Thrones. So you're calling Brock a usurper?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. When he puts that eye black on, you know what I mean? He's going to war, clearly, right?
And then the Cowboys are going to have to consider the future right now. So even if Zack Martin comes to the determination that he'll be back in 2025, doesn't change a couple of facts. Number one, his body is wearing down. Number two, he said something, Zack did, yesterday in the locker room that really jumped out to a lot of us because we were unaware of this. He says this right ankle injury has been something that he's been dealing with for years. That was his word, years. When I hear a player start to talk like that, the degenerative word comes up, right? So then the question is, when he is healthy, what does healthy look like? Is that healthy to the standard that Zack Martin is still accustomed to? Because if you go back and you look at the Travis Frederick situation, Fred Beard came back from GBS and had a Pro Bowl season. But why did he retire? Because he said he felt his body wasn't to the standard it used to be. Even though we thought it was perfectly fine as far as getting the Pro Bowl nod and playing well, he was like, I can't continue what I used to be. That's what Zack Martin is up against right now. And that's why Zack said that he's talking to Trav recently about just seeing what the writing on the wall looks like. So this is going to be one of the bigger decisions or the biggest decision that he's ever made in his career, I should say.
I genuinely hope that's not the last time we see Zack Martin in a Cowboys uniform on a Cowboys
field.
field.
He also said that if they give him a headset, he'll take one. So
there you
go.
I'd like to see that.
So give him a headset.
Give him a headset, huh? Maybe. All right, boys. I kind of want to look at the injury report. A few notables, obviously. CeeDee Lamb did not practice yesterday, and Trayvon Diggs was limited. Kind of give me an idea of their expectations. I mean, I guess y'all's instinct on whether or not they will play this weekend or this Monday.
Well, CeeDee Lamb is expecting to play. He said yesterday that he would be fine for Monday, so that it might be.
But he didn't practice, Tommy.
He didn't practice. It might be a deal. It might be a deal where he takes an extra day to rest that shoulder. He's been dealing with this for 4 to 5 weeks now, ever since that Atlanta game, really, and maybe even sometime before that. I think that may have had in part something to do with the uncharacteristic drops that we saw on Thanksgiving. So it might be a deal where he's limited. He's limited today, and then he might be limited again on Saturday, but he's good to go on Sunday, just to make sure that that shoulder is as healthy as it possibly can be. Certainly the 11-day break has helped. Like you mentioned, Trayvon Diggs limited, certainly a good sign, but see how the week progresses. That was always going to be the deal with him. See how it goes throughout the week, and then they'll make a determination. So that would probably be pushed to the end of the game. I don't know, Jim. And then DeMarvion Overshown was the other one that popped out to me, limited with a hamstring.
No. No.
He'll play. He's playing.
I would lean that way as well.
He's playing.
But
you scare me like that.
If we want some good news, we have good news. We have good news, Isaiah.
What is good news?
Deron Bland, Jake Ferguson, Marshawn Nealon, all full participants.
Especially Jake Ferguson. Because Jake Ferguson cleared concussion protocol.
Cleared concussion protocol.
He's back.
I'm good.
On Wednesday, when we saw him back out there at practice, that was your telltale sign that he's cleared concussion protocol. He was a full participant yesterday, so good sign. You get your tight end back, and
it's off the rails.
Isaiah's.
I know what
always
want to throw a wrench.
I know what
I
he's
already
thinking.
said it earlier in the week. You start hearing that Brevin Span 4 ball. I'm good. Let's go. Y'all ready? Let's do this. Coach, I'm ready. Put me in the game.
Schoonmaker has more catch.
Yeah, Schoonmaker and Brevin.
Pour some tussin on it. Pour some tussin on that.
Listen, you better get in there.
Pour some tussin on that concussion.
Hey, there has been many stories of legendary players getting their opportunities because the person ahead of them could not go.
But I will say this, and I'm as far as competitive nature is concerned, I'm sure there's a tidbit of that in this.
Yeah, I know.
But the concussion protocol is the concussion protocol.
Yeah.
If you guys have never had a concussion before, it sucks because you literally, a lot of times you feel like you're okay, but you're still sensitive to light. You're still getting headaches. You're still all those things. Your stomach is still knotted up. You're still nauseous.
Yourself through that.
Yeah, you can't. So it literally, you're not on anybody's timeline. So I'm just up here joking around.
Plus, also, let's just be completely clear. Let's keep it a buck. As much as, and I wrote these stories, so as much as we love the corner that's being turned by Brevin Spanford and Luke Schoonmaker, Jake is Jake.
You need Jake.
There's only one Jake in this locker room. Period.
I don't disagree. Everybody has their strengths and weaknesses.
Yes,
fair.
but it's better that they've got these reps. Luke Schoonmaker especially, because he needed that confidence. He needed that boost of confidence. And so did Brevin Spanford. So now you've got that confidence behind him. You bring Jake Ferguson back. What do you do in 2 tight end sets? What can you do in 3 tight end sets?
It's fun now.
If you want to get really fun.
It's fun.
So I think
you talk about April, you don't really have to worry about using a draft pick or day 1 or day 2 on tight end because now you have your.
They're starting to come up. Right? Well, yeah. I mean, Jake sees a wide open Luke Schoonmaker in the end zone. He's like, I'm thinking I'm back. You know what I mean? He's like, I gotta.
Isaiah was saying we got John Stevens Jr. I don't know yet. Potential absolutely there, but retorn ACL.
Year. I know.
Yeah.
There's been many guys who've retorn.
We all just want JSJ to focus on healing up, and hopefully we'll see him in training.
It's unfortunate because of how much you've seen from him in practice and especially at training camp the year before last. You want to see him out there. You want to see what he can do. And you want to see him with opportunities, which he wasn't necessarily getting when he was on the field this year.
Having 3 contributing tight ends on your roster is a gift.
Huge.
It is a gift.
Linda Wells is a monster.
I'm telling you, hey, listen, front office,
also,
y'all
shouts
better
out
cut the check to keep this dude. Like, I don't figure it out.
All right, boys. I want to take our first break really early because I want to save some time towards the end. Of course, we have our picks today, but we also have a text line question. I want to open this up to the fans. I want you to give me your favorite Dallas Cowboy Monday Night Football memory. And when we come back, we will discuss, and we have a lot more to get to. Micah Parsons wants to be the best in the world. We will find out. The text line is 817-290-3298. We will return after these messages from our sponsors.
If you're looking for fresh American roasted coffee that gives back, you need to head to your local grocery store and pick up a bag of Black Rifle coffee. That's right, America's coffee is now available in the coffee aisle of a grocery store near you. Black Rifle Coffee Company is veteran-founded with a mission to give back to those brave men and women who have served our nation. Every bag, box, or can you purchase helps support that mission. Head to your local grocery store and roast yourself some Black Rifle coffee today.
Todd thought it would be secure to jog in the cheetah savanna. Todd believed the big cat repellent he bought online was reliable. And now, Todd is trying to be faster than this cheetah that can run 80 miles per hour. But the good news is, Todd has AT&T 5G that is fast, reliable, and secure. And he learned the best thing to do is stop running and toss her the backpack with the beef stew. AT&T 5G. Fast, reliable, secure.
5G requires compatible plan and device. 5G may not be available in your area. See att.com/5G for you for details.
It's the official men's skincare brand of the Dallas Cowboys, Jack Black. And right now, Cowboys fans can get 15% off their $75 order. Plus, because every deal needs a playmaker, your order will include a free 5-piece skincare set and free shipping. The Jack Black Playmaker is 4 of Jack's favorites and a full-sized intense therapy lip balm. Make a play for the playmaker at getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code Cowboys VIP. That's getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code Cowboys VIP.
If you shout, "How about them Cowboys?" you have that undeniable passion that's the heart of Cowboys Nation. And if you like to drink Dr. Pepper, you love the unique blend of its 23 flavors. Together, your one-of-a-kind fandom paired with the one-of-a-kind taste of a delicious ice-cold Dr. Pepper is the game day lineup that can't be beat. Better yet, gather your Cowboys and Dr. Pepper fan friends to watch the next game and crack open a delicious ice-cold Dr. Pepper for everyone. The wins will be even tastier. It's a pepper thing.
Back to Talkin Cowboys.
Welcome back to Talkin Cowboys, live from Frisco, Texas. We're here. We are live, and we are talking Cowboys. That's the name of the show. It's the name of the game. We're back because we want to talk about your favorite Dallas Cowboy Monday. Oh, yeah. By the way,
catch the hit.
This segment is brought to you by Quaker Oats, the official oatmeal sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys, trusted since 1877. And if you want to buy your oats on the internet, use the QR code in the left-hand corner, baby.
Sick. Can I scan it right here?
Yeah, scan it right there. Buy your oats.
Okay, sorry.
Are you okay?
Just as the powdered wigs intended.
What is the best Quaker Oats flavor?
It's cinnamon apple.
Peaches and cream.
Frost and false. In my opinion.
Strawberries and cream. Berries and cream. Berries and cream.
What you got?
I'm a little lad who loves berry and cream.
Brown sugar.
I knew you were going to
Nice.
go there. I knew. I freaking
All of them.
done me.
All of them, to be fair, when they're from
All of
Quaker
them.
Oats.
I mean, they're all
He said
good.
your
They said your best.
favorite.
What's
He
the
said your
best?
favorite. Yeah, there you go.
All right, boys. Text line. Bring them in because we want to get your favorite Dallas Cowboy Monday Night Football moments. The text line is 817-290-3298. Boys, start thinking because I want towards the end of the segment I want to discuss. You already got it?
Yeah.
We'll save it. We'll save it. All right, boys. Micah Parsons says he wants to be the best of the best
CM Punk style, huh?
Best in the best. CM Punk style.
That was a good match, by the way.
Good.
Darn right. Darn right, buddy.
Epic match.
Is he right? Does he need to be the best in the league on Monday Night Football against Joe Burrow?
Yes. You said he wants to be the best or he needs to be the best?
He said he needs to be, correct?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Yes and yes. The answer is yes.
Yes, the answer is yes to both. He needs to be. I mean, he's going to get help, obviously, from the Marvion Overshone and the trajectory that young man is on. He's going to get help from Chauncey Golston and Carl Lawson having really, turned
Carl Lawson's been doing a good job.
Absolutely. Damn good job, as a matter of fact. So, yeah, he's going to get help. We can honestly now sit here and say that. Micah's going to get help. But he really does need to be him against Joe Burrow. We talked about getting pressure on Joe Burrow. Right, he needs to be Himothy. We talked about one of the keys to victory here is going to be getting pressure on Joe Burrow, but it's bigger than just getting pressure. You got to get home on Joe Burrow. You can't just knock him off his spot because he creates another spot. Okay, you have to get the pressure and then get your hands on him, bully him, knock him around, get him on the ground, and that's how it has to happen. And that charge has to be led by Micah Parsons. So yes, I do believe going against an offense of this nature, he needs to go full CM Punk, be the best in the world.
Well, what's Micah's best game so far this season?
This season, it's going to be one of the last 4, because prior to him getting injured,
he only had one sack before the injury. Pre-injury.
You know what? I liked him. They didn't win the game, but I liked him against the Eagles.
I would have said the same thing.
I liked him against the Eagles,
and I think a big part of that is because his run blocking was exactly where it needed, or run stopping, is exactly where it needed to be. Because typically the Eagles have run towards Micah in a lot of the situations, but I think for the most part you were able to stuff the Eagles when it came to the run game. Isaiah, what do you think about Micah Parsons being the best in the league on Monday Night Football?
I mean, yeah, he got to figure it out. I mean, if you don't get pressure on Joe Burrow, he's going to throw for 500 yards. Mm-hmm. And he'll be having his Batmobile out. And we don't want to see the Batmobile.
We don't want to see the Batmobile.
So we'll park it on 18th.
He probably flew it here just in case.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, he's probably flying it here.
I would have drove it here, honestly.
It's not street legal. It's not street legal, so it has. To
I'm Joe Burrow. You know what I'm saying?
Does that mean it's air legal, or?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, anything can be drop shipped.
You think Batman registered that with the DMV?
I'm just saying. We don't want to find out.
That's what I'm saying. You do what you got to do.
Yes, does it come in black and then?
So yeah, he definitely he understands the severity of this game. He understands that if he has more time than you want him to have, if he has more than two and a half seconds, he is going to chop up your defense because he has more. I mean, the reality is they have more weapons than we have guys that can stop them in the secondary. That's just fact. Take your emotions out of it.
True story.
2.5 seconds, right?
Yep.
Got a good stat for you guys here.
Okay.
So Micah Parsons is lined up on the left 77% of his snaps since he came back in Week 10. In that time span, he's generated 24 pressures. 12 of them, which is the best in the league, have come in under 2.5 seconds.
Perfecto.
So this is a good matchup, and it's especially a good matchup because Amarius Mims, who's the right tackle for the Bengals, meaning that's probably who Parsons will end up going against. At a good start to the year, only allowed 11 pressures on 171 pass blocking snaps. But since then, he has allowed 21 pressures on 199 pass blocking snaps. That's at least 4 in each game.
Yep. Say more things like this.
This is a good matchup for Micah Parsons, and if he takes advantage of it, it's one thing to get to the quarterback in less than 2.5 seconds because that throws Joe Burrow off his game. But like we talked about yesterday, he has been much better this year when he has to step up in the pocket, when he has to navigate around the pocket and make throws downfield.
Pocket in the pocket.
You have got to bring him down. That is how you slow this down because he can evade the pressure and make the throws. You've got to bring him down.
One thing that worries me, though, when you look at the last Bengals game and what T.J. Watt was able to do, you'd think, and we talked about this a little bit yesterday, you'd think you'd want Micah Parsons to replicate what T.J. Watt did.
No, you want more.
However, the Bengals were able to put up 38 points.
To my point, he needs to be the best in the world.
Well, it's clobbering time, Micah Parsons.
It is. And when you talk to him, right now he's sitting there with 6.5 sacks, and we keep asking him, hey, are you going to hit the 10-sack mark? And he's like, yeah, 10 sacks. The way he described it is 10 sacks should be like breathing air. Right, getting 10 sacks in a season should be like that's not the standard. That's just
one
default.
A game, right? That's his goal, I'm sure.
Well, he's trying to get multiple sacks a game.
Yeah, I'm saying, but like on an average of one a game.
Yeah, right now. Yeah. But over the past several games since his return, he's starting to ramp up and get like 1.5, 2 sacks.
He got to play catch up.
Yeah. So and because he's trying to play catch up, right? Joe Burrow is really going to have to cut the mustard and try to get away from him. So, yeah. So to answer your question, he's got to go full CM Punk.
What do you do coverage wise?
Who, Micah?
No, period. What do you do coverage-wise? Micah's out there trying to get to the QB. You going to allow for him to find spaces in the zone, or you want to try to man up more?
Oh, you just mean in general, not necessarily Micah. It depends. Are you getting home on your pressures?
I mean, that's what we're talking about, right?
Because if you're not getting home on your pressures, then you should not be running man.
I don't disagree.
Right.
Tell me. All right, I'm going to say too high, but tell me why I'm wrong.
Too high?
Too high.
Oh, because they'll run the ball.
Yeah.
You haven't shown that you can stop the
running back.
But can they run the ball?
He's saying man versus zone, though.
Yeah.
And
I like the running backs.
If your pressure is effective, then I'm comfortable running man. If your pressure is not effective, then you got to cover areas. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it just depends. I say start off playing man, and if it's not working well after the first couple of series, then you pull back on that.
The reason why I say
safe
that,
mode.
The reason why I say that is because if you try to play zone versus the Cincinnati Bengals,
trouble.
They go 3 to 4 wides often.
Mm-hmm.
Often 3 receivers and plus Gesicki. So you got 4, 4 options. And these guys get out, and it's very difficult because they sit guys at every level, and they find space. And you don't need time. You don't need time to find gaps in zone.
And if we're playing man with Trayvon Diggs out there, or do you still feel the same way?
Trayvon Diggs, if you have Trayvon Diggs and Deron Bland and J. Lou, press.
Yes.
Press and dare Joe Burrow to be as accurate as he could possibly be against your ball hawking corners and say, I'm challenging you to this entire game to go out there. You say that you're the best in the league. You guys have been the 2 best corners in the league in terms of turnovers the last few years. Go prove it. Go prove it. I'm pulling your man card right now. Go prove it. I don't care who the heck's out there receiver. Jamar Chase, you're supposed to be a goon. Shut him down.
Yeah.
Right? I'm challenging you to shut him down. No matter what side of the field he wants to go to, one of you guys will be waiting on him. But we are going to press up and we're going to play man. Don't get beat. If you do get beat, we'll have some help over the top. Right? But the intention is for you to shut him down, and then we need our front line to get home.
Yeah.
We cannot give him time, and we can't give him space.
And I was going to say the second part of what you said is I agree. Press, man, challenge, and also challenge your front 7 to get home. That being said, this means a lot more pressure is going to be on Malik Hooker and Donovan Wilson on the back end. Because if J. Lou and Deron Bland and Trayvon Diggs, if Trayvon Diggs plays, if they're playing press, then you have to know that certain mistakes are going to be made, and you got to be able to cover that third level. Otherwise, big play, and his name is Jamar Chase.
Yeah, play with depth. Just play 20 yards off the ball. I wouldn't even allow Malik Hooker or Donald, regardless of who's that's free. I'm imagining it's going to be Malik. If you're playing one high, single high, 20 yards deep, minimum.
I like it. Just protect the third level.
Minimum. You are the safety.
Yeah.
Safety, meaning that you're the last line of defense. Make sure that you're the last line of defense.
Right.
Keep everything in front of you.
I like it. All right, boys, let's pivot to our text line question. I want to talk about your favorite Dallas Cowboy Monday Night Football moment. We already have a couple of text line responses so far. Brian from Kansas City says, favorite Monday Night Football 1983, Tony Dorsett goes for the longest TD in boys history against the Vikings.
TD.
John Perry Hall from Maryland says the same exact thing, Tony Dorsett's TD run on Monday Night Football. Boys, what is your favorite Monday Night Football moment for the Dallas Cowboys?
I'm not a historian.
This one was tough for me because I was thinking about both of my favorite one, 2 of my top 3 favorite ones. TD for TD was definitely one of them. Another was this was the Super Bowl season, but it started with Monday Night Football. Emmitt Smith takes the first handoff of the season, 60-yard touchdown. So that was special. But for me, the year was 1998. The average price of gasoline was $1.05 in the United States. And the Cowboys had a gentleman by the name of Deion Prime Sanders. Prime went off on Monday Night Football against the Giants in 1998. He showed you what Travis Hunter could end up being decades later, okay? Not only did he have a punt return for a touchdown, he also had a pick 6, and he also had a 52-yard reception in that same game. And to make matters that much more entertaining, the 52-yard reception wasn't from Troy Aikman. It was from Jason Garrett. That was a fun game as the Cowboys went on to absolutely drag the Giants on national television. That is one of my favorite ones of all time.
That's excellent.
I'm going more recent history. Let's go 2023.
2023.
Dakota Dak Prescott in the playoffs, on the road, wild card game on Monday Night Football. Throws for 4 touchdowns against a guy, I don't know if you guys have heard of him.
It's flavorful.
Tom Brady.
Thomas Brady.
Thomas?
Flavorful.
And it would end up being the last game of his career.
And I was there.
And the Cowboys won it 31-14.
I got the video.
Pound for pound, that may have been
throw.
Dak's best game ever.
Yeah.
Really quickly, mine, I still think of this to this day. This is like what made me like a die-hard Cowboys fan, and this kind of ages me a little bit, or puts me in a very specific age range, because Tony Romo, Monday Night Football. It was like the first Monday Night Football game in Buffalo, and like at the time, I think it was like 20 years. Beam will correct me, I'm sure. But Tony Romo goes out and throws 5 interceptions. 5.
I remember that game.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 interceptions.
And then
throws for 50 attempts,
and then
309 yards, 2 touchdowns, and then puts him in position to kick the longest field goal in NFL history, 103 yards, because I believe it was Nick Folk had to kick 2 field goals in a row. This is my favorite Cowboys team at the time. It was just a magnificent moment. That specifically, the last 10 minutes of that game, my heart was racing because not only did Tony Romo throw what could potentially be a game-winning touchdown, but he throws an incomplete 2-point conversion to T.O. They think they've won the game. We recover the onside kick, and we go down.
It was nuts, dude.
That to me, that was 2000. Beam, you remember this?
Yes, it was
2007. Yes.
Yeah. And that was actually one of the purest definitions of trying to ice a kicker, because that timeout came in within milliseconds, and Nick Folk got back out there and booted it the second time.
Again,
he's still playing.
Nick Folk is still playing.
Still in checks.
I wish Tony Romo was still playing. Anyways, Beam, what about you, buddy? What about Chris Beamer? I want to get Beamer's account. He's been here a long time.
Beamer in the back.
Well, I was going through all these Monday Night Football games I've attended. There's only been...
Oh, that's a flex.
Wow.
There's only been 31 games, which doesn't seem like a lot. I'm 19-12, but who's counting?
You, apparently.
So I think my most memorable one was probably my first on the road. We did lose the game, but it was probably one of the greatest performances, in my opinion, by Emmitt Smith in one half. He ran for 2 touchdowns, broke his hand on the first one.
I remember.
We got a fumble recovery on the kickoff, and the next run he ran for another touchdown, and then he went into the locker room, never see again. We lost 27-17. We were up 17-0, just like that. So that's probably my first one in Minnesota. It was pretty crazy.
Beamer's favorite is a loss.
It is, but you guys took it 07, 90. I mean, I'm looking at all these ones. I mean, the one against Philly, 21-20 and 05. Okay, I mean,
was that the Roy Williams interception?
Yeah.
Pick six? Oh man, that was a good one. All right, so
I mean, I have so many. I mean, it's
of course
31 of them. I mean,
we got a couple more text line ones. Not sure of the date. 98. I think this is the one you just said. Dion returns a punt and punt for a touchdown and interception for a touchdown in the same game versus New York. Mario in South Texas. Shouts to him.
STX Mario, we're on the same page, baby.
And then
the game.
Our buddy Nebby. My favorite Monday Night Football memory is when we beat the Commanders, September 7th, 1992.
I like that one too. That's a good one, Nebby. Shouts out to Nebs. That's a good one.
All right, boys.
These are all good answers.
Let's take our final break. When we come back, we have our Pick'em segment. We have the Beamer's Bulletin, and we've got some dogs to discuss.
DOGS.
When we come back.
DAWGS.
From DallasCowboys.com. Talkin Cowboys.
Todd thought it would be secure to jog in the cheetah savanna. Todd believed the big cat repellent he bought online was reliable. And now, Todd is trying to be faster than this cheetah that can run 80 miles per hour. But the good news is, Todd has AT&T 5G that is fast, reliable, and secure. And he learned the best thing to do is stop running and toss her the backpack with the beef stew. AT&T 5G. Fast, reliable, secure.
5G requires compatible plan and device. 5G may not be available in your area. See att.com/5G for you for details.
They say champions are remembered, but legends are never forgotten. United Ag and Turf offers a winning lineup of John Deere equipment built to tackle any challenge on and off the field. Legendary John Deere tractors, combines, residential mowers, commercial mowers, compact construction equipment, Gator utility vehicles, and a full line of golf and sports turf equipment. United Ag and Turf, the official Ag and Turf equipment supplier of the Dallas Cowboys. Visit UnitedAgAndTurf.com to find a location near you.
Hey y'all, Matt Pittman of Meat Church here. With football season kicking off, I'm already gearing up to bring the smoker back to AT&T Stadium for some epic tailgates. But with that Texas heat, it's crucial to keep my beer hand cramping cold. That's where Yeti's insulated Colster can cooler comes in clutch. This year, you can even get them with the iconic star engraved on the side. Licensed Yeti Cowboys gear is now available at Stadium Pro Shops, concessions, and on Yeti.com. Check it out today. Yeti, official cooler and drinkware of the Dallas Cowboys.
And we're going to overtime.
Erica, how much have I spent on concessions? For questions about their money, Dallas Cowboys fans can turn to Erica, the virtual financial assistant in the Bank of America mobile banking app. Learn more at bankofamerica.com/Erica by your side. Bank of America, official bank of the Dallas Cowboys. Erica responses may vary. Digital tools featured require downloading the mobile banking app and may only be available on select mobile devices. Erica is a mobile feature only available in the English language. Your chat may be recorded and monitored for quality assurance. Message and data rates and additional terms may apply. Bank of America, N.A., member FDIC.
Back to Talkin Cowboys.
Welcome back to Talkin Cowboys, live from the SWBC podcast studio. This segment is brought to you by Invisalign, the official smile of the Dallas Cowboys. Break out them pearly whites for the Dallas Cowboys.
Yes,
am I right?
Yes, sir.
All right, boys, we got to finish up with our Pick'em segment. Now,
Pick'em.
Two things. Kyle isn't here. But we have his picks.
His loss.
His loss. Kyle has his picks. And we don't have a fan caller this week because Tommy's in on the show, and we want Tommy to get his picks in.
Let's go.
Tommy, you will be picking for the fans this week.
Let's do it.
Are you picking Texas?
And I think
Absolutely.
it's time for Beamer's Bulletin.
I got to work on this, don't I?
Yeah.
So that happened.
Thanks, Josh. How are you doing today?
Excellent.
Well, you're sitting in second place, so just stay right where you're at, okay, buddy?
I've been in second place my whole
Patrick
life.
is still in first. He's the top dog.
Spelled D-O-G.
Okay. Josh is tied with Kyle in second. How did that happen? 51 wins and 23 losses.
Where's Isaiah?
Fans are in fourth. And someone needs to stop picking so many puppies because Stanback is dead last. Still. Dead last is Isaiah Stanback.
They had to create the dog thing because I was winning so much in the past year.
No way.
So they created a dog thing
problem
to even it out. You know what I'm saying?
Well, let's just say this. Everybody last week picked puppies because there was no dogs picked last week.
Yeah. There was a tough slate.
Back to you, Josh.
Thank you, Christopher Beamer. And now we got to pick our dogs. So first, our options here for dogs are Browns at Steelers, Raiders at Bucks, Panthers at Eagles, and Jets at Dolphins. Patrick, kick us off. Our top dog.
You know, man, I'm just, for the first time this season, I'm going to tap into the Jameis Winston experience.
Oh.
Yeah.
Deliver you from pick sixes?
Yeah. That quote was crazy.
That's an all-time quote.
That quote was crazy. But yeah, anytime a guy can throw for that many yards,
He's awesome.
Yeah, he's just a ride, man. So I'm going Browns against Steelers.
I like it. Tommy, who is your dog?
My dog, spelled D-O-G-S, is going to be the Jets over the Dolphins.
The Jets.
I am more leaning on their defense in this game than I am on their offense.
Are you on that Aaron Rodgers ayahuasca?
I am not.
Okay.
I am actually the furthest thing from it. But I think their defense gets it done in this game.
Interesting.
Give me Bryce Young.
Bryce Young.
I was thinking this.
He's balling.
I get quadruple points if I win.
The Panthers versus the Eagles.
I was trying to change
Is
the game.
Bryce Young versus Jalen Hurts? What are we talking
I was trying
about?
to change the game in the ninth inning.
Just like they changed it this year.
Nah, just stay back there.
All right, so I have Kyle's. Kyle's picking the Browns. Just FYI.
Okay.
Let me go with the Raiders at the Bucks. I don't know why, but we'll just give it a shot.
Roll the
just
dice.
To be different.
Vegas, roll the dice.
Exactly that. I like it.
They're close.
777 straight sevens, hot hand in a dice game.
All right, so we got our pick'ems to make. Let's kick it off with Falcons at Vikings. Tommy Yarrish.
I'm taking the Vikings in this one. I don't think that Kirk Cousins is going to play as poorly as he did in his last outing. But I do think that Brian Flores has done a phenomenal job with this Vikings defense. And you've got Justin Jefferson on the other side of the field. Anytime you've got that, you're in good hands. And Aaron Jones is running the ball really well. Give me Minnesota.
Is it time to see Michael Penix Jr. yet in Atlanta?
The leash is shorter.
They're saying no, but he's right. The leash
is shorter.
Throw your dubs up, Michael Penix, baby.
He's phenomenal.
Are you going with
the
Falcons?
You dub always.
Okay. He's not playing, but
you don't know that.
Okay,
true.
Fair enough.
Could be a halftime.
Kyle is going with the Vikings. I am also going with the Vikings.
Kirko homecoming. If he wasn't playing such up and down football, I'd take him in the Falcons, but I'm taking the Vikings in this one.
So nobody.
You don't think Kirko is going to show up?
No, I think
with his job on the line.
I think he could, but look at his last several outings, man. It's
with his job on the line.
His job's been on the line for the last several games.
It's the Vikings defense for me.
Well, to be fair, his job was on the line when Penix was drafted. And ever since.
So, but he has $100 million.
And he came out of the gate but I'm saying he came out of the gate firing, but he's starting to stumble. At no point during the season or since Penix was drafted has his job not been on the line. So you just
So nobody from the state of Georgia is winning this weekend.
Oh,
that's
wow.
one way for you to look at it.
Wow. I'm just trying to wind him up.
Another way for you to look at it is remember
that was cold.
I keep receipts, so I will clip this.
Well, that's why. Well, first
I'm going
of all,
to clip this.
I haven't tweeted anything because the first time this game happened,
I'm going to clip this.
As soon as those clocks hit 0, I got like 8 different Twitter notifications from this guy. And
he lurks in the shadows. He really does.
He's ready.
All right, boys. Our next game is Jaguars at Titans.
I know you saw that movie.
See what you did there.
Oh, you like it?
Shadow. Yeah. Good job.
Jags at Titans.
Jags were struggling even with Trevor. Started to turn up a little bit, but Trevor's out for the season, so it's Titans for me.
Tony Pollard.
Yeah. Tony Pollard for me.
Yeah.
Oh, and Kyle picks the Titans as well.
Tony Pollard was a free agent, right?
He was a free agent, technically. Interesting.
That's a conversation for another day.
But how much did they pay him? How much did we pay Zeke?
Next question.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
all right. Seahawks at the Cardinals. I'm going to start with Isaiah Stanback.
We know.
The Cardinals? Because they're
not even.
Yeah, right.
Cardinals
Okay.
don't make
You
it.
just say which bird is that?
Cardinal has like little.
The guy's wearing a Mariners hat. Who do you think he's picking?
Exactly.
All right. What about you, Tommy?
Give me the Cardinals in this one. I'm picking the Cardinals in an upset.
The fighting Kyler Murrays.
Yeah.
Seattle's getting their defense back.
They are. But I don't see Seattle sweeping the Cardinals this year, so I'm going Cardinals.
Byron Vaughn playing.
I'm going Cardinals.
It's a sweep, baby.
I don't see
It's a sweep, baby.
It's too competitive of both teams hyper competitive. I think it's a
Defense is
split.
coming back. Defense is getting healthy.
Give me the Seahawks here.
That's right.
I don't like you anyways.
Do they have?
Kyle's picking the Cardinals.
Can they get Marvin Harrison Jr. involved? Is the biggest
is the question.
No, we're gonna hit.
I think they do.
We're gonna hit him in his chest cavity.
I think they do.
All right, boys. Bears at 49ers.
Ooh, Bears.
This is fun.
Bears.
Yeah, I'm picking the Bears. I think that
Are you now?
getting every time you see a coach get fired, usually the week after, there's that rejuvenation in the locker room, right?
A death rattle, if you will.
Exactly. And Caleb Williams has been playing really well. He's getting better with each game. 49ers are banged up. I'm picking the Bears.
Bears.
Yeah, I do agree that, and we talked about this before, when there's a head coaching change, typically, not always though, typically there's a surge in the next 2 games to follow. But I don't know that happens to the degree that it's going to outweigh, for me, seeing a 4th consecutive loss on a Kyle Shanahan resume. Yeah, I don't know about that, Jim.
I don't know, Jim.
I'm taking 49ers in this one.
Well, who's running for the Niners? That's my only
That's
thing.
the question. But, I mean, his system has also shown that you can plug some guys in and still make them effective. So.
All right, we got to keep going.
I just don't know. Listen, 4 straight losses for Shanahan.
Kyle has the Bears. Really quickly, Chargers at Chiefs.
Chiefs are using black magic nowadays. It's Chiefs.
With the power of Satan.
Yeah, it's Chiefs.
Chiefs. Isaiah?
Give me the Chargers.
Yeah, I was close. I was on the fence too.
I mean, they got to fall sooner.
Switch it up a little bit.
Give me the Chargers.
But I've just seen so much.
Kyle Yeomans has the Chiefs.
Dark magic.
Now it is the game of the week. Well, it's the game of the Monday. Anyways, Bengals at Cowboys on Monday Night Football. Boys, who are we picking and what is the score?
I'll lead with it. If the Cowboys,
No, you gotta take your ifs out your statements, dog.
It is to say it with your chest Friday.
No, we don't.
It is okay.
It's time to say it with your friggin' chest,
So I'm going to
buddy.
say it with my chest. All right.
Say it. Do it.
Cowboys finally commit to Rico Dowdle in the run. Brock Hoffman helps with the blocking up front. Lamb, Cooks, and Ferguson do what they do. And Micah Parsons and Demo have a party in the backfield. All those things happen in the Cowboys. It's still a close one. It's not a shootout. They lose a shootout. But Cowboys take this one 27-24. 27-24.
I think it's. Oh, go ahead, Tommy.
I think that this is a game where, like we talked about, the Cowboys are going to try to establish the run to let this clock trickle down. The problem with that is Cincinnati's offense can score in a hurry, and they are way too good. So I'm taking the Bengals in this one, 31-21.
Kyle Yeomans has the Bengals as well, 34-21.
How dare you guys?
I think this is going to be a defensive battle. I think this is going to be. I think a lot of defenses, or both sides of the Cowboys and Bengals defense, are thinking like, all right, where's all this scoring coming from? What do you mean? And they're going to make it a close game. Give me the Dallas Cowboys 17-13.
That is I can see that.
27-23. That's right. Cowboys get 6 sacks on Joe Burrow, and the Cowboys win. I'd said that there's a high probability that they're going to win out. I think that there's a chance. So I think Dallas continues to get better as guys continue to get back.
Our scores are almost similar.
I know.
I like that.
My price is right at you.
And give me
$1.
And give me Turpy Speed for one touchdown. He's going to be flying down there. Turpy Speed. He's going to give him a He's going to be so fast. You didn't even expect it, buddy. When we come back, we'll be back. Talking Cowboys next Tuesday.
I need that in slow motion.
We'll be back on Tuesday. Tune in for Cowboy Storyline next. We will be back. Thank you for Patrik Walker. Thank you for Tommy Yarrish. Isaiah Stanback. Chris Beam in the back. Kyle Yeomans. We'll see you Tuesday, buddy. For Josh Rodriguez, we'll see ya.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!